recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. I want to thank you and the ranking member for convening this important hearing, and I want to add my voice to the chorus of those who have been saying thank you for your service and your fairness. I think you've treated all of us very fair, and I think it is a big loss to this institution that you're retiring, but of course, we all wish you well in whatever your endeavors are after this. So again, thank you. I'd also thank the commissioners, the chairman and the rest of the commissioners for being here and for the service for your country for the past 90 years. The SEC has been fulfilling its stated mission of protecting investors, maintaining fair and orderly and efficient markets, and facilitating capital formation. Under your leadership, we've seen increased transparency for investors, increased accountability for those committing fraud. This makes it so investors get to decide which risk they would like to take, so long as the public companies hold up their end of the bargain by providing full, fair, and faithful disclosure. But I want to blame all of you, and in particular, Chairman, I want to blame you for a very boring meeting today. Very boring. And there's a reason for that. And the reason for that is there isn't the whole gaggle of reporters and camera people here in the front, because you've done a good job. And because the markets are doing well. If you had messed up, there'd be a whole bunch of reporters here wanting to know, but even my colleagues are not here. They all left. Pretty boring hearing. So I want to blame all of you for working so hard to make this such a boring meeting. And I have to say, I do follow politics a little bit. And I heard the 2020 election, I heard something like this, a prediction. The stock market will crash if Biden wins in 2020. By the way, do you know who made that comment? You don't have to answer. I think you know who made that comment. And now that same individual says, if we lose, we're going to have a crash like you wouldn't believe. And went further, the largest stock market crash we've ever had. Well, I don't think that's going to happen either. Other predictions didn't seem to happen. But again, it's because you guys have done a very good job. And it's interesting here listening to you, because I normally read about you, I don't get to see all of you in person. There's a difference of opinion, clearly. And it's well articulated by all of you, and I think that that's healthy. And that's what we should have. None of you, unless I'm not aware of it, do any of you want to close down the SEC? Are any of you threatening to? Mr. Chairman, are you threatening to close down the SEC?
No, I think it was a great creation of Congress, and it's helped the American public.
Yeah, of course, and this is the way things are supposed to work in America. And I do still believe that we are the best hope for the world, really, to have a fair and just world when we can have discussions that are reasonable. I know they tried to parade the horribles here earlier, but no one took the bait, because the truth of the matter is that the markets are working well. Where is the Dow Jones, by the way? Commissioner Peirce, where is the Dow Jones today? Do you know?
Well, I haven't looked today, but I mean, the Dow Jones is doing well if we're looking at numbers. But I do want to say we get along very well as a commission. We work very well as a commission. We can't measure the success of the agency by where the stock market is, but I think we do have tremendous capital markets in the U.S., and we really need to preserve them, and that's what we're all fighting to do.
And I think you do it very well. You're eminently brilliant, as are the rest of your commissioners, and I think you guys do a good job. I do want to get, I needed to say that because, again, like I say, my colleagues try to figure out, how to make things sound bad, but the truth is the economy is doing pretty well, especially after going through a pandemic, especially after all of the problems that we've had in the world with conflicts. The United States has been doing very well. I do want to talk, though, about environment, because I do think that the rule that you've adopted is a very good one, but you didn't go far enough. And we have difference of opinions. Did you have the authority to do that, Mr. Chairman? To promulgate and ultimately adopt the rule that you had?
I very much do think so. I think it was grounded in materiality, very much grounded in materiality to investors, not to others, solely to investors. And I want to augment something a fellow commissioner said. I think we all five do get on pretty well. We have policy differences, but that's by design. Congress wanted this to be a robust policy debate. And I've chaired a multi-member commission twice now, and I really do believe in the give and take that we have.
And my time is about up, so again, I'd just like to thank all of you for your service. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I yield back.